Welcome to Knightline at Night on WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580. Night Nation's only call-in show goes live now.
All right, hello Night Nation. This is Andrew Phegley. This is Knightline at Night. We are live from the Dever Team Studios and the WDBO Studios where Sam Albuquerque is. We're brought to you by Chad Bar Law, raising the bar on what to expect from your personal injury attorney. Give Chad a call, 407-599-9036 for a free consultation, or you can visit chadbarlaw.com. He will take care of you. We're taking your calls, though, at 844-580-WDBO, 844-580-9326. I am Andrew Phegley. You can reach me AP _Knightline on Twitter. And then Big Ben Stout joins me, Big Social 32 on Twitter. And then Night Bengal Roger is on as well. And you can reach him at Night Bengal on Twitter as well. Our opening question of the night that we put a Twitter poll on Twitter, obviously, if it's a Twitter poll, was with NFL rookie minicamps opening this week, which UCF rookie will have the most impact on their team this season? That is our question of the night. You can call us and give us your opinion about that. But first, we're going to welcome in the high school football expert, Heath Ziegler. We want to talk a little bit about the guys that are coming to UCF in the future classes, the class that should be here right now, the freshman, season guys, and maybe a transfer thing. Heath, it's been a big day for high school football. What's going on, my friend?
Yeah, thanks, guys, first of all, for having me on. I think Ben Stout actually sold every one of my friends' Magic tickets a long time ago at some point, so I'm familiar with a couple of you guys on the show. But for the ones I don't know personally, thank you for having me on, and it's nice to meet you guys. But, yeah, today was a very, very interesting day for high school sports in Central Florida. Obviously, with the news coming down this afternoon, Orange County has suspended fall sports indefinitely at this time, which means we really don't have a start date anymore. The original start date was the 27th, which was just going to be next week and on Monday. But it looks like that date's going to be pushed back, obviously for the safety of the players and everything that's going on. But on the other hand, from talking to coaches and ADs today, guys, they're still optimistic that we're going to eventually get football. So all of this is not in vain. We will get, I think, the kids out on the field, but we're just going to have to learn a little bit more about how we're going to do it safely for the young men. But, yes, you're right. It's been a very, very interesting day so far for football in Central Florida. But, yes, we do have some local recruits that I've covered the area over the last 5 years. Some of them have found their way onto the Knights roster. Some of them are on their way. Is there any in particular, Andrew, you'd like to start off with?
Well, how about Corey Thornton? Let's start with him. We're excited about him for sure. DB out of Miami.
Yeah, he played at Booker T. Washington High School, one of the better programs in South Florida. And when you think of football in the state of Florida, even though I cover Central Florida, your mind immediately goes to Miami and South Florida and Dade County. So he's playing in an area that is loaded with talent, national talent. So he's going up against the best of the best every Friday night. He's a 6'1", 6'1.5" kind of guy. He was 175 or so coming out of high school. I'm sure that they've been able to bulk him up at least 10 or so since then. He also played a little bit of safety, as I remember, when I was covering him. But the cool thing about Corey is he's the most physical corner that I remember covering last year. He is a jam-in-your-face kind of player. He is not one to give you much cushion. He takes on the best receivers, and he makes it awkward for them. I remember talking to a couple of the players that he guarded, and they all said the same thing. Man, he wears you out. He's a nightmare as a defender. He gets you off your routes that you're comfortable with. He never lets you really settle into your kind of your flow, if you will. And as a receiver, you know how important that is to find your flow. And he takes it away from you early in the game. I think UCF has a really good one with Corey Thornton. Also, a side note about him, at UCF padded camp, I don't know if you guys caught this, but he got enough playing time where he even ran with the ones and twos quite a bit. He was breaking up passes, reading the run well. He looks like he could actually be a guy that would make an immediate impact for Coach Heupel. I would not put it past him to find himself on special teams or even actually seeing some playing time at the corner position, especially with the way a lot of teams in the conference run their offense, where they like to fling it around when you need extra corners out there and extra safeties. I think that it's very possible with rotations that Corey Thornton could actually see the field. So yeah, what a great one to start with, Andrew.
Well, that's awesome to hear. I mean, especially with just how stacked our secondary is going to be this year, and just to hear that type of physicality coming out of Corey and his ability to potentially step in and get some playing time on defense, not just special teams this year, is certainly exciting to hear. Let's talk about another guy, Heath, in the younger brother of one of our only drafted player this year, in Gabe Davis. We're unfortunate to lose him. We'll certainly miss him at UCF, but we're getting his younger brother, 6'4" out of Sanford, tight end / wide receiver. Can you tell us about Jordan Davis?
Oh, I love this kid. This is a kid I could talk about for a whole segment. He's obviously already enrolled at UCF, which is always nice to have when the kids come in early. You know, he's a 6'5", 245 guy, but once again, I don't believe that that's his current weight. I bet he's going to be more in that 255, 260 range. Now, this is where I love Jordan Davis. He is a true blocking tight end. He can reach really well. He can hook better than I've seen at the high school level, and he also knows his kickouts really well. He blocks downfield really well. There was a game that I remember that really stood out to me. He put on a clinic against Bishop Moore this year. But what he can do for UCF, I think that's kind of the key, what you want to hear from me. What he can do from the tight end position is he can give the QB the ability to have time to let those deep routes develop. He's the guy that can really hold his own on the edge and make sure that he's really going to give whoever's back for the night the time to let those deep routes develop, because we all know UCF loves themselves some deep balls. So I think that's where he's going to come in handy. I talked to Dan LaForest. He's the director of high school football for the Orlando Touchdown Club, and I said, what are the three things that I need to know about this young man that I don't know? You know, what are the three things that I'm missing? And he said his physicality, his soft hands are underrated, and just physically how athletic he is. And I think coming from, the lineage of Gabe Davis, I'm not surprised at all to hear that multiple people are spotting him as just a true athlete on the field. And a quick side note also with Jordan Davis is I actually tracked down Coach Don Stark, who was his high school coach at Seminole, who just took a job up in Georgia today. And I said, hey, listen, if you could say, one little piece on Jordan Davis, to the rest of the UCF Knight Nation, what would you tell them about his, what is he like off the field? And this is exactly what he quoted right here. Jordan is a very motivated, tough-minded individual. He has great work ethic and was raised by his mom to be an even better young man. I thoroughly enjoyed coaching him and look forward to following him in his career at UCF. That's coming straight from his high school coach, guys. That speaks a lot to his character, and I think Coach Heupel and the rest of the staff, that's one thing that they do not flex on. It comes down to character and athletic ability, and those are two things that you need to become a Knight. And I think Jordan Davis is the epitome of what you guys are looking for, and you got a good one in Jordan Davis.
All righty. Well, one of the big stories as well as this whole transfer portal this year, the last couple of years, but I think this year even more. It's a little crazy with what's going on. Kids really want to come home to be around their parents, I think. And one kid that wants to come home could be a really good thing for UCF if they can get their hands on him. And a couple of organizations or web pages or whatever are reporting this guy as pretty much a done deal. Deontay Marks from Florida coming to UCF, grew up and played in DeLand. What do you know about this guy?
I know quite a bit. Coach Stevie Allen, who is the coach at DeLand High School, we had a lot of conversations 2 years ago when he was still playing in the area when I was covering Deontay. And talk about a true athlete where he can change a game. It's very rare in football. Everyone talks about team sport, and it's really a group effort. Well, this is one kid that I witnessed personally several times take over a game. He can literally do it all, and he's one of those players that, of course, Florida's going to go after. I mean, he had offers from a lot of other big schools too, guys, in the Power 5. This is a special player that can change a game. He would play both sides of the ball. He's mostly obviously known for his wide receiving skills. He's a go up and get it kind of guy. And I mean, UCF loves those guys that can high point, and this guy can absolutely do it. I know he came out quickly and said, I'm leaving Florida, I'm going to UCF. And he did kind of walk that back a little bit, where he did state that I might have been a little early on that about UCF. I'm going to sit down and thoroughly think about my options. And I don't know what the legalities or the rules are in the transfer portal and how much conversation or contact UCF can have with him. But whatever it is, you need to be having the maximum amount of contact with this young man, because if we could land a guy like Deontay Marks here in Orlando and bring him back home and let him play in front of his local fans, it would be so huge, not just to win in the recruiting and transfer world to get Florida and maybe get a one-up on Florida, but it would just be great for UCF to have another one of those explosive targets. The guy can also return kicks with the best of them. He's one of those guys that I know UCF staff and Coach Heifel, they are hungry and thirsty for this young man. Deontay Marks is a must-get, in my opinion.
Yeah, I watched his tape just before we came on, and the guy just has athletic speed. It's amazing. He doesn't even look like he's working that hard out there. Gets the ball. At one point, he fell down and picked up caught a pass, got back up and ran it in for a touchdown with guys around him. Incredible athlete. So, hey, Heath, please stick with us for the next segment. We're coming up here on a break, but we want to talk to you some more great information.
You got it, guys. Enjoying it. Thank you.
All right, awesome. All right, we're going to take a little bit of a break here, and we'll be right back on Knightline at Night.
Hey, this is Travis Dever, Kai's Real Estate, the Dever team, New Smyrna Beach. Your source for real estate and everything else, New Smyrna Beach. Proud sponsor of Knightline. Call me anytime at 386-690-1636. That's 386-690-1636. Let me show you my hometown, New Smyrna Beach, UCF's favorite beach. Go Knights and charge on.
Now, the three big things you need to know.
3. The Brevard County School Board voted to move the student start date for the coming school year to August 24th. 2. Governor DeSantis spoke in Tallahassee about ICU beds filling up.
ICUs, they typically want to run them at 88 to 90% full because you have no need to staff something if you're not going to use it.
Today, less than 10,000 people tested positive for COVID-19 in Florida.
1.
Osceola County Commissioner Fred Hawkins Jr. is accused of impersonating a sheriff's deputy more than 8 months ago. After being arrested last night, he bonded out of jail.
Welcome to the new home of WDBO. We have a new phone number, too. 844-580-WDBO. We still want to hear from you. Use the open mic in the WDBO app or call us. 844-580-WDBO. That's 844-580-9326. We're still friends and neighbors.
Hello, neighbor.
And your voice will always be heard here on WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580. Orlando's news and talk.
An auto accident can change your life forever. At Chad Barr Law, we are raising the bar on what to expect from your personal injury attorney. Hi, I'm Chad Barr, and I want you to know that our entire team is dedicated to providing you with the representation you deserve in your greatest time of need. If you or a loved one have been injured in an auto accident, call 407-599-9036 for a free consultation or visit chadbarlaw.com. At Chad Barr Law, our clients come to us in need and leave as family. Offices, Altamont Springs.
It is a great time to create your own private backyard oasis with a new fence from Mossy Oak Fence. And right now, Mossy Oak Fence is offering 12-month same-as-cash payment plan with 0% interest. For more information, go to mossyoakfence.com.
The opinions you hear are that of the host and callers and not that of WDBO.
At International Diamond Center, we love our heroes in uniform. And that's why every day we offer special military family discounts on everything we sell.
We just want to give back to them and help them.
That's IDC owner Keith LeClaire.
Not only do they put their lives on the line, but their commitment to protect America is second to none.
Keith serves on the board for Operation Healing Forces and has a special heart for helping soldiers wounded in battle.
It's really about the families. A lot of these guys are broken and trying to get back to regular life.
But even beyond the military, this special pricing at IDC is also available for police, firefighters, medics, and other first responders as our way of saying we appreciate you.
People don't really think about what has been given to them, what these people have sacrificed. These men and women, not just men, they are special.
So if you serve our country or our community in uniform, just know at IDC we honor your service, we appreciate your sacrifice, and we want you as part of our family. International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations.
Picture the perfect getaway. Breathtaking coastlines, alfresco dining, stunning nature. It sounds wonderful. Now imagine getting there. Cramped flights, dizzying airport lines, little to no elbow room. What if the perfect getaway was just down the road? Say in St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra. Get all that coastline, all that outdoor dining, all those incredible outdoor activities, without going far at all. Your getaway isn't far away. In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra. Travel intra-nationally.
Hello?
Hi, I'm calling on behalf of the Mice Nest.
Mice Nest?
Yes, Mice Nest. It's a nest of mice. They finished chewing through your RV wiring, so the fire should start soon.
Can we cancel that?
Oh, sorry. Once scheduled, they can't really stop because they're mice. A nest of them.
RV owners can't schedule when things go wrong on the road. That's why there's Progressive, a leader in RV insurance.
Oh, and if you could stay on the line for a quick survey.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
If you're currently hiring, you face new difficulties. HousingWire could relate. They needed to hire a reporter, so they turned to ZipRecruiter and found Alexandra Roja. ZipRecruiter matched Alexandra to HousingWire's reporter job because she was a great fit for the role. HousingWire received her application only 4 hours after they posted the job, and just a few weeks later, Alexandra was hired.
See how ZipRecruiter can help you hire. Try it now for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580, Orlando's news and talk.
And now, back to Knightline at Night on WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580. Call now at 844-580-9326.
All right, we are back on Knightline at Night. We're live from the Dever Team studios and the WDBO studios. Sam Albuquerque's in the studio. We have Ben. What's your last name?
Stout.
Ben Stout. Thank
Remember,
you.
it's the opposite of me. No,
Yeah,
I'm
wow.
not Stout.
I got all messed up there. Ben Stout, Night Bengals in the studio in
Santa Rosa Beach.
Yeah, wherever he's at. I'm all messed up.
And I am Team Stout, by the way, just saying that.
Yeah. No, I got all messed up here. And then we have Heath Ziegler on the phone. We were talking about high school football and our UCF recruits. We're brought to you by Chad Bar Law, by the way, raising the bar on what to expect from your personal injury attorney. Give Chad a call, 407-599-9036 for a free consultation, or visit chadbarlaw.com. Roger, why don't you ask Heath about the next guy?
Okay. So Heath, thanks for joining us. First time I've gotten to talk to you. It's interesting that you brought up Mr. Marks. We've got Devad Wilson as well, a Georgia 4-star, and Jaden Francois that we're also courting. But really, my interest goes back to Mr. Anthony Williams. I'm interested in hearing your take on him.
Do we have Heath still? There we go.
Yeah. Sorry, Sam. You got it, buddy.
Yeah,
All
we
right,
can hear
so
you.
Here we go. Anthony Williams, 2021 recruit. He's a hard commit. He plays right here in Orlando at Lake Brantley High School. You know, he's listed at 6 foot 185. I talked to Coach Del Fiacco today. He's actually up to 210 now. This is a kid. His father played at FSU. He's a powerful back with a lot of leverage. And this is a between the tackles kind of guy for UCF. And I think that's important, that we have kind of that thunder and lightning punch where we have the outside game where we can really play outside the hashes, but we can also really dig down. And when we need those short yardages, or if we need, some inside zone or some power game, we can look to Anthony Williams down in the future. Another thing about this young man, he rushed for over 1,000 yards again last year, multiple games where he had multiple TDs. What I see UCF using him as is obviously with the looks that UCF shows where they either go empty or they have a one-back set, I look for him to be able to block well out of the backfield. They're going to obviously teach him to catch out of the backfield. But when I talked to Coach Del Fiacco today, his current high school coach, he said, listen, this is the kid that can already do these things. I mean, he already catches the ball well out of the backfield. They obviously run some option up there at Lake Brantley High School, so he's really got really good hands, able to receive the pitch very well out of the backfield. So he's a natural leader. He has great grades. Coach Del Fiacco said that this is the kind of kid that you wish you could just coach. You wish you had 11 other guys just like him. And his dad did play at FSU, obviously, so he's got some athletic ability in the family. I think Anthony Williams is going to be a nice piece for UCF because of the simple fact that he's going to bring the power to the UCF backfield in the future. He's going to give you some looks. He's going to give Coach Heupel some looks, I think, that maybe makes UCF look a little more two-dimensional. Not that we're just one-dimensional, but I think it's just going to add a little more emphasis to the power game. And, I mean, that's a dangerous 1-2 punch when you can work inside the tackles and obviously stretch the field and also be able to run outside the tackles. Anthony Williams at Lake Brantley High School, a 2021 commit, a hard commit, is going to be a great piece for UCF in the future.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Heath. Really appreciate it. Where can people find you and listen to you?
Yeah, absolutely. So I do the high school show on the same network, same station here. We're going to be actually just an hour before you guys if we have high school football. But you can always find me on Twitter personally, and that is at Heath Zig. That's at Heath ZIG.
All righty. Hey, thank you so much, man. We really appreciate it.
You guys have a great show, and thank you for having me on anytime.
All righty.
Thanks a lot, Heath.
All right, well, that was good. That was some good conversation and good talking about the guys, getting a little bit more information of the guys that we're going to have, coming up on the UCF
guys.
team. Yeah, the local guys. It's exciting to hear about those guys for sure. All right, we need to take a little bit of a break here again, and we'll be right back on Knightline the morning after. Knightline at night. I'm all messed up. All messed up tonight.
Night Nation, this is Adam, one half of the dynamic duo that is the Sons of UCF, which is found only on the Knightline Sports Network. Join UCF Mike and I each week as we bring you some of the latest from in and around UCF sports, including such great segments as the Josh Heupel Translator, Top 8 Lists, and Cow of the Week. We'll also bring you some of the most in-depth and unique interviews with some of your favorite former Knights. You don't want to miss a moment, so make sure you subscribe to the Knightline Sports Network wherever you get your podcasts, and we'll take care of the rest. Go Knights. Charge on.
I'm Jeff Allen. Join me each and every week on the Knightline Sports Network for the AAC Report. We bring you in-depth coverage of each school in football, basketball, baseball, softball, soccer, golf, tennis, and more, as well as bring you insider interviews and focus in on the biggest games and news of the week. That's all right here each week on the AAC Report, only on the Knightline Sports Network.
This is the new home of WDBO.
WDBO.
107.3 FM and AM 580. Orlando's news and talk. And where Orlando turns first for breaking news, weather, and traffic 24 hours a day. Listen on the WDBO app or at WDBO.com. Live team coverage
starts now.
Good evening, 9:30 at WDBO 107.3 and FM and AM 580. We've seen mostly fair skies. Stay tuned here on WDBO. We will get to your weather and traffic in just a moment, but first, our top story. The Florida Brewers Guild says 100 Florida breweries could close permanently if the COVID-19 shutdown lasts for more than 2 weeks. Chris, the owner of Rock Pit Brewing in Orlando, says,
this isn't there's going to be 2 or 3 breweries that are affected. This is 100 breweries that are about to close because of this.
The Guild sent an open letter to Governor DeSantis asking to allow breweries to reopen for on-site consumption. With that, they said nearly a third of the 10,000 jobs supported by the industry would disappear.
WDBO, where Orlando turns first for severe weather.
I'm Tom Terry. Mostly fair skies. We continue to see a very warm, steamy night, but overall pretty comfortable for this time of July. We'll see lows in the upper 70s and highs in the low 90s. By the lunch hour, good chance for some scattered storms, again, moving toward the north and to the west.
I'm Juliana Maya. Interactive Weather Radar shows us clear skies in Orlando. It's a nice 84 in Oviedo and 85 in Winter Garden. Knightline at Night will be back in 4 minutes. Continuing our team coverage with a large events canceled for now, a drone company has created a device they hope can get people back to attending large gatherings.
Era's Fog Company has created a drone, which they say has the ability to disinfect arenas in 3 hours. They recently did a trial run with the product at Highmark Stadium in Pittsburgh, and the company says it can sanitize places like underneath the seats, armrests, and railings. Besides stadiums, Era says the drone can be used in other big indoor and outdoor areas. The company hopes to be certified to use the device by the fall. Brandy Hastings, WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580.
931 at WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580.
An auto accident can change your life forever. At Chad Barr Law, we are raising the bar on what to expect from your personal injury attorney. Hi, I'm Chad Barr, and I want you to know that our entire team is dedicated to providing you with the representation you deserve in your greatest time of need. If you or a loved one have been injured in an auto accident, call 407-599-9036 for a free consultation or visit chadbarlaw.com. At Chad Barr Law, our clients come to us in need and leave as family. Offices, Altamont Springs.
Spectrum Mobile is now the fastest growing mobile provider in the nation, growing faster than Verizon and AT&T, and even growing faster than T-Mobile. It's easy to see why. Spectrum delivers the fastest overall speeds and is the most reliable mobile service coast to coast. There are no contracts, added taxes, or fees. Switch and you could save up to 40% and see why Spectrum Mobile is the fastest growing mobile provider. Learn more at spectrummobile.com based on Q1 2020 subscriber data.
How can International Diamond Center consistently offer the best diamonds at the lowest price? Well, it starts with owner Keith LeClaire's unique history.
I started in the wholesale side of the business. We've been in manufacturing. We've been in diamond cutting, at a diamond cutting facility.
Keith's ability to source diamonds is second to none, with global connections, including De Beers site holders.
There are diamond centers around the world. We're in all of them. We're cutting out all these middle guys.
And to further drive down prices, Keith buys in huge quantities and then cherry picks only the best for IDC showrooms.
If anybody ever comes in here, they'll see me with my head down and I'm sorting diamonds.
And because Keith thinks like a wholesaler, he's turned the whole retailer jewelry business model upside down with higher volume and lower profit margins.
We can work on reduced margins. It's simple for us. We've done it our whole life. For 38 years, we've done it.
Worldwide connections, unrivaled buying power, high volume, low margins. That's the IDC advantage.
The finest quality at the best price, guaranteed.
International Diamond Center with 4 Orlando locations.
Larry Perry, Magic Mechanic here. Magic Mechanic's a full-service auto repair center on Lee Road in Orlando. Scheduled maintenance on your new car or general and major repairs on the older ones. Brakes, alignment, steering and suspension, air conditioning, engine and transmission repairs, and stop by anytime for a free check engine light scan and analysis. Need transportation while we have your car? Simply reserve one of our $8.99 a day rental vehicles. Call Magic Mechanic at 407-629-2661 or at magicmechanic.com.
I'm Clark Howard, the guy helping you keep more of the money you make. And this is where Orlando turns first for breaking news, weather, and traffic at WDBO.
Weather, brought to you by ProTech Air Conditioning and Plumbing Services.
I'm Tom Terry. Mostly fair skies. We continue to see a very warm, steamy night, but overall pretty comfortable for this time of July. We'll see lows in the upper 70s and highs in the low 90s. By the lunch hour, good chance for some scattered storms, again, moving toward the north and to the west. From Channel 9, I'm Chief Meteorologist Tom Terry.
Now, WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580.
Safe Touch Security.
Triple Team Traffic.
Police activity on I-4 East at 435 in the right lane. Turnpike South at I-4. We've got 2 right lanes closed for road work. Princeton Street is closed at I-4 for construction. Seminole County, I-4 may be single file both directions at times near 434. There's a crash on 414 West on the Hiawassee entrance ramp. And on the 417 South at University Boulevard, 2 right lanes are blocked. With traffic alerts every 6 minutes in the morning, we're helping you get to work on time. From the WDBO Triple Team Traffic Center, I'm Angie Torres.
This is WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580, Orlando's news and talk.
Welcome to Knightline at Night on WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580. Night Nation's only call-in show goes live now.
All right, well, we'll just start this whole thing over again because that was the intro. That's awesome, though. This is Knightline at Night. It's just the way my night's going anyway, so it is Knightline at Night. We're live from the Dever Team Studios and the WDBO Studios, brought to you by Chad Barr Law. Raising the bar on what to expect from your personal injury attorney. Give Chad a call, 407-599-9036 for a free consultation, or visit chadbarlaw.com. We're taking your calls, 844-580-WDBO, 844-580-9326 is the number. I'm Andrew Phegley. You can reach me, AP Knightline on Twitter, AP_Knightline on Twitter. And then I have Ben Stout. I got your name right this time, at Big Social 32. And also, Night Bengal Roger is from Santa Rosa Beach on as well with us, and you can reach him Night Bengal on Twitter. We're talking all kinds of UCF stuff, obviously, here. Our question of the night was, with NFL rookie minicamps opening up this week, which UCF rookie would have the most impact on their team this season? 79% of you in our Twitter poll today said Gabe Davis. Obviously, he was the one that was drafted highest out of all these guys. The only one that was actually drafted. The rest of the guys were free agents. 9.1% Adrian Killens, 7.4% Nate Evans, 6.9% Neville Clark. We had Heath Ziegler on a little while ago talking about a little bit of recruiting. There's also some other news, though, that we need to get through. Cole Schneider was named to the Outland Trophy watch list, which is the best offensive lineman in college football. So he's on that watch list preseason. Richie Grant and Aaron Robinson also named to the Jim Thorpe Award watch list this week, which they were also last week, both of them named to the Nurgursky Trophy watch list. Those are both for defensive players. One's defensive back, and I think the other one is overall top defensive player. So, I mean, these guys getting accolades like that, even being mentioned on these lists, especially those two being mentioned on two of them. Dylan Gabriel was named to the Davey O'Brien Award watch list last week as well. And then going back again, UCF Trio named to Phil Steele's 2020 preseason All-American teams, Cole Snyder as well on there, and then Otis Anderson named to it, and Aaron Robinson. So big accolades for the guys preseason this year.
Yeah, we started out the segment talking with Heath about a new recruit in the cornerback position, and he mentioned he was going to get some playing time. And what I said about that was it was impressive with the secondary that we have. And you can see it here in the preseason when they start to recognize players to watch for not only this season, but potentially for the NFL draft. Guys like Richie Grant, Aaron Robinson, they're really being looked at hard. They're considered to be national impact players this year. And that secondary is really going to be stacked. I mean, obviously we lost a player in Neville Clark. But we still got Tay Gowan on the roster, and we got these two guys back there controlling things. It's a big deal.
Roger, you've been really quiet. I'm sorry. When we have a guest, I have to make it where the guy can talk. What do you got going on up there?
Well, I mean, when we're talking about the question of the night, I did do a little research. Surprise, surprise, it was Gabe Davis for me as well. Obviously, the draft is going to help him to stick around, right? Everybody else is fighting for a roster spot. The Bills have a little skin in the game. The challenge for him, though, is that he's behind Beasley, Diggs, and Brown, who are established wide receivers for the Bills. But he's a fourth rounder, so that means he's going to be there. They may sit him and kind of let him grow into his role, but they do need a threat to stretch the field because that's something that they've been missing. So he might get some time on special teams to start with and work his way for a couple of series, maybe some preseason series. But at the end of the day, of the four, I think he definitely has the best chance to make a difference for his team.
All right. Ben, who did you pick? I mean, did you pick Gabe Davis like everybody else?
No, I kind of figured the poll would go that way. That's for sure. I mean, obviously, he's our only player that got drafted this year. But I'm going to go off the board and pick the second player as far as the percentage-wise of the UCF fans who chose there, and that's Adrian Killins. I think Adrian Killins wound up in a fantastic situation for him, being up there in Philadelphia with Doug Peterson. He's a very innovative, Doug Peterson, as you probably know, is an Andy Reid disciple. And he's the type of guy that when you look at some of the play calling that you've seen in the past from the Eagles and the way they utilize really speed players, getting them out in space, kind of like Tyreek Hill is used in Kansas City, your favorite team, Andrew.
Well, Doug Peterson was our offensive coordinator for a couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
so I mean, I can see.
So he's used to having a fast little guy like that.
He's easily going to be. Adrian Killins is easily going to be the fastest player on that roster. They started training camp today. And, so I think he's going to be able to work his way in on special teams through the return game potentially, but certainly, maybe as a gadget player, I think he's going to have a high chance of making the team and potentially making an impact with some big plays.
Yeah. Well, of course, I went with a different guy than the rest of y'all did.
Hey, well, we may as well talk about multiple players.
Well, and that's not why. I'm a big Neville Clark fan. Yeah. I always have been. If you listen to the Knightline podcast, you would know that. I'm a huge Neville Clark fan. I think that he has got way more than people realize. I thought that he would be drafted a little bit higher instead of signing as a free agent. I thought that he would be drafted. From the beginning, I actually thought honestly that he would be drafted first, and I said that at the beginning of the season last year. Had a couple injury issues. And some other issues that happened while he was at UCF, right or wrong or whatever, it happened. And I think that hurt his stock really bad, personally. But I think, from what I understand, Minnesota wanted him really bad, like really bad. Maybe not enough to use a draft pick, but he was signed pretty much immediately as a free agent.
And he got paid.
And he got paid for being a free agent. Exactly. On this list, I think the guy that got paid next besides Gabe Davis was definitely Neville Clark.
For sure.
So I think that that's the guy. I love what Gabe Davis does, and I know that he's going to do a great job in Buffalo, but I think Neville Clark fits that team really well.
Yeah. I think it's a lot about opportunity as well, and he's going to get the opportunity to be on defense for the Minnesota Vikings this year, and he seems like that type of guy that's like a Mike Zimmer guy, like a cornerback that is really kind of tall and rangy. I think he's got a good chance. I think it's a good pick.
Exactly. Well, that's where I went with that. Sam, do you have any input on any of this?
Yeah.
We haven't talked to you at all tonight.
No worries. A lot of people on the show today. It's fine, but I do have some input here. I'm with you, Andrew. I think it's Neville Clark. If you look at the Vikings roster right now, they lost a guy like Xavier Rhodes. He's no longer there. They have Mike Hughes, obviously from UCF, former first round pick, and then they took a guy this year, other than Neville Clark, Jeff Gladney from TCU. So it's a really new backfield, and Neville might end up being the slot corner. Honestly, the nickelback here in this situation. So he's probably going to get the most of an actual chance to be on the field. Where if you look at Buffalo with Gabe Davis, you're talking about three guys ahead of him, right? You have Stephon Diggs, you have Cole Beasley, and John Brown, who all had good years last year. So you're talking about a 4 wide receiver set for a team that's going to run the ball a lot in the Buffalo Bills. I don't see Gabe actually getting a chance to play that often compared to Neville Clark, even though I think Gabe is going to be phenomenal in the NFL for a very long time, and I've put money on that for not necessarily money, but just my word on it. But I think Neville Clark is going to have the shot to be able to play the most. And if you think about Adrian Killens, he's going to be behind a guy like Corey Clement, who's been there on that Super Bowl winning team in Philly, and then Miles Sanders, who had a really good year. So just based on opportunity and skill set, I think Neville Clark is the answer here.
Yeah. All right. Well, good. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you agreeing with me. You're probably one of the only ones that do, but we're good thinkers. It's all good. I wonder if the NFL, what's going to happen, because USA Today is reporting that the NFL has agreed to cancel the 2020 preseason, reduce team roster sizes to 80 for training camp. The NFL Players Association is the one, I guess, that's really putting that out. The NFL, no official word yet, but that's interesting, and I wonder if it's going to hurt these guys. Roger, what do you think about that?
Well, that's certainly an interesting development, because there was a lot of back and forth going on with NFL players about getting player safety in place. I think what this does is it gives the NFL a little more time to get that situated. The Players Association and the NFL have been talking at great length recently about all of these issues. But it really makes you think. There's also some reports that have come out recently regarding local municipalities not allowing, like for example in the state of New York, not allowing Syracuse to have fans in the stands. So at what point do local municipalities, or in our case, like what happened with Orange County, at what point does that start affecting NFL games? Because the NFL's already said, hey, we're going to let you play, but it's up to your local municipalities to decide how many people can get into your stadium, et cetera. So it's another interesting wrinkle in here, and really the question for me is, with the NFL being so spread out, how do they make that work if some are able to play and others aren't?
Yeah, so much up in the air, not only with college football, of course. We're still, trying to figure out what's going on with that. Danny White put out a letter to the UCF fans and season ticket holders, alumni, earlier this week, and said that they're working on it. He's doing everything that he can to make it where the season will go and we will have fans in the stands in some way or another. He's doing whatever he can do. I trust Danny White, athletic director for UCF, one of the brightest minds in college athletics directing that there is. I think most people know that around. So I'm putting my faith in him that we will have some college football. I really hope so. I just feel like if they moved it to the spring or whatever that we've been talking about over and over and over for weeks, I think that would, really kind of mess up things with the athletic schedule, mess up things going into the draft. And if high school football gets moved up to the spring, what's that going to do with National Signing Day? There's all kinds of questions with that. So
Andrew,
we're going to take go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say the big thing for me is, if they're not going to allow folks in the stands, does this impact the ACC's decision that they're going to announce next week?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it messes with everything. So we're going to take a break real quick. We'll be right back on Knightline at night. Hey Jeep Wrangler owners, have you ever sat in your office at work and watched the rain just pour into your Jeep because the weatherman said that there was a 0 chance of rain? Or you put your doors back on because there was a 100% chance and then not a drop of rain fell? Well, there's a company out there that can help take the worry away and give you the peace of mind to be without your doors. The company's called Life Without Doors. They make waterproof rain curtains and dash covers for Wranglers. Life Without Doors is there to help make the decision to leave the doors at home an easy one. Find out more at lifewithoutdoors.com.
Now, the 3 big things you need to know.
3. The Florida Brewers Guild says more than 100 breweries could close permanently if the COVID-19 shutdown lasts for more than 2 weeks.
2.
A tropical depression has formed in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Forecasters are not predicting a landfall location, but we will keep you updated.
1.
President Trump gave a coronavirus update from the White House today, talking about wearing a face mask.
I view it this way. Anything that potentially can help, and that certainly can potentially help, is a good thing. I have no problem. I carry it. I wear it.
He also said COVID-19 will probably get worse before it gets better.
This is WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580, Orlando's news and talk.
An auto accident can change your life forever. At Chad Barr Law, we are raising the bar on what to expect from your personal injury attorney. Hi, I'm Chad Barr, and I want you to know that our entire team is dedicated to providing you with the representation you deserve in your greatest time of need. If you or a loved one have been injured in an auto accident, call 407-599-9036 for a free consultation or visit chadbarlaw.com. At Chad Barr Law, our clients come to us in need and leave as family. Offices, Altamont Springs.
Now, even lower prices on your favorite Dell, HP, or Lenovo Windows 10 computer systems starting at just $159 only at Refresh Computers. Call 407-478-8200 now or visit the Refresh Computers Superstore in Longwood.
With summertime here and the proverbial honey-do list rapidly expanding, if replacing that old broke-down fence is on your list, then why wait? Our good friends at Mossy Oak Fence are offering a 12-month same-as-cash payment plan with 0% interest. Let their professional team of experts guide you in the right direction. And for all of you ambitious folks out there, Mossy Oak Fence has the largest warehouse of selected fence materials anywhere in Central Florida at wholesale prices to the public. Check them out right now at mossyoakfence.com.
Hey, it's Sean Hannity here. I know the business climate has changed dramatically, but if you need to sell your home, don't believe the myth that homes aren't selling. Joining me now is a true expert at selling homes, Andre Bustamante of Bustamante Real Estate. What are you doing differently now?
Even given this economic climate, COVID and all, if you're serious about selling your home, you could still accomplish that goal in today's market. For over the past 10 years, we've been selling homes virtually, many where the buyer didn't even step foot into the home until after closing. If you're concerned about the coronavirus, we have a program for you where we can do everything virtually. And then we also have other solutions like our instant offer program. It's for the person that's looking for speed and convenience.
So what does that mean for sellers?
Interest rates are so low. Lots of buyers are out there eagerly trying to get into a home, but there's just not enough inventory. So sellers can totally capitalize on that opportunity right now.
All right, thanks so much. Call Andre Bustamante, 407-796-9110. Or check out the reviews online at andrebustamante.com.
Check engine, airbag, brake lights on all at the same time? What's it all mean? Join me, Larry Perry, every Saturday 3 to 5 p.m. for the Jasper Engine and Transmission Magic Mechanics Show, where we take your automotive questions. Hey, did I mention it's free?
WDBO Orlando, WDBO FM HD2 Orlando, W297BB Orlando, Cox Media Group Station.
Powered by New South Window Solutions.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover. All for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 7750 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 7750. Enjoy.
This is WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580, Orlando's news and talk.
And now, back to Knightline at Night on WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580. Call now at 844-580-9326.
All right, back on Knightline at Night. I'm Andrew Phegley, joined by Ben Stout, Roger Bengal, and Sam Albuquerque in the studio. We're live from the Dever Team studios here, and Sam is in the WDBO studios. We're brought to you by Chad Barr, raising the bar on what to expect from your personal injury attorney. Give Chad a call, 407-599-9036 for a free consultation, or you can visit chadbarlaw.com. I want to say real quick about the Dever team. I talk a lot about that, and we're in the Dever team studios. Travis Dever is a sponsor, longtime sponsor of Knightline, all of our stuff that we do on the Knightline Sports Network. So please go to thedeverteam.com if you're looking for real estate in New Smyrna. So you can contact him there, and he will definitely take care of you, anything you need. So during the break, we were looking. You were looking on your laptop, and you saw this article from the Orlando Sentinel that came out right about an hour ago, maybe a little bit longer. North Carolina preparing to play UCF in football opener despite COVID-19 concerns. This is interesting. North Carolina coach Mack Brown is preparing to play the season opener against UCF despite growing concerns about the coronavirus pandemic. We've tried to tell them we're playing our regular season as of now, Brown said during a video conference Tuesday. So you do your best job you can to prepare you as you would normally prepare for us to start on August 6th. Interesting. So he says, is there a chance it won't happen? Sure, but we'll know more by the end of July. We can only prepare for what there is now right here, and we have not been told anything different about the season we're planning on starting on time. So
that's interesting.
That is interesting. Matt Murschel wrote that in the Orlando Sentinel. So,
well, yeah, I mean, you look at the preseason calendar that's really kicking up here. I mean, I think in a few days, maybe 5-6 days, the mandatory walkthroughs, mandatory kind of workouts, team workouts can really get going. And then, of course, that August 4th, 5th, or 6th date that the actual practices need to start if the season is actually going to start on time. So he's up against it. And with all the talk coming out of the ACC this week, last few weeks about them doing a conference or potentially doing a conference-only schedule, sounds like Mack Brown. I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, top 25 matchup to start off the season. I don't blame him for trying to go a little bit against the conference, or at least get it out there that he wants to play that game.
Yeah, the conference-only schedule, if that whole thing happens, it's just going to make such a weird football season not having those non-conference games, personally.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like it. I just want things to be back to normal.
And you've heard the Big Ten and the Pac-12 actually announce that they are doing that. And you haven't heard much from the SEC, and you've heard little rumors from the ACC. I think the reason why those two conferences, because they've got some big games across those two conferences. Obviously, Florida State every year, but there's others that I think that's kind of the reason why you haven't quite heard about those two doing conference only, because I think they're setting up for some of those out-of-conference games against each other.
Exactly. Hey, Roger, you want to chime in here real quick? We've got about 2 minutes left.
Okay, for me, I think that is interesting, but again, I think it's going to be the conference that makes the decision, and then it's going to be up to the individual states that are going to impact that decision-making process. I don't know if the P5 cartel, quote-unquote cartel, will exert some pressure on that as well, because you basically have two people that or two groups that are on diametrically opposed. But I do think that the SEC and I do think the Big 12 will string it along as long as possible. So I'm hoping that we get to play them. I mean, we haven't got to play them yet, and we've scheduled a series with them. So I'm hoping at some point we do get to play, because it would be a great matchup for us from a national perspective. And obviously, I want to watch the game.
Yeah, absolutely. We've lost so many games in the last couple of years, be it a hurricane or whatever. Every year, it seems like we lose games for some reason. Don't get to play them. We don't lose them. We just don't get to play them.
Did I say that stat on the air last week? I don't remember. Since 2017, the start of 2017, we've lost less games, 4 games, than we've actually, or I should say we've had more games canceled, 5 games canceled than we've actually lost, 4 games.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy stat, and I would challenge any other school to, see if they've had anything like that.
That's a unique to
I don't
us.
think it's another unique thing to UCF for Knight Nation. Oh, it's one thing that I don't want to happen anymore, though. I'm tired of this. Tired of having something go wrong and something impede what we're trying to do. It makes it very difficult. All right. Thank you all for listening. We will be back next week. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Night Bengal. And so thank you, Sam, as well. Thanks to Heath Ziegler. Great information that he gave us today. Or tonight on Knightline at night. All righty. Well, we'll be back at the same time on Tuesday next week. Same station, WDBO. We'll talk to you later.